piece of information that we are getting on India today is that the Indian Army and the PLA brigade commanders spoke on a hotline instead of a person-to-person meeting today. The hotline interaction indicated the deteriorating relations between India and China. The two brigadiers had a heated exchange on the hotline over Chinese troops attempting to approach and evict Indian troops on the Mukhpari Peak, which is currently dominated by Indian forces, and the fact that they brought in medieval weaponry with them. What I want to do first up on the news track is to show you a sequential report of the action at night. And remember, these are sectors that we've been tracking very, very extensively here in India today. The Indian Army, as we've told you, dominating the heights above South Pangong, and the Chinese Army moved in or tried to move in to evict the Indian forces. They were spotted, they were pushed back, dissuaded, told to go back. That's when the Chinese Army opened fire. Abhishek Bhalla in Leh, Gaurav Sawant, Manjeet Negi and Shivarur provide you with the details of our lead story tonight.
This is the location where Indian and Chinese troops faced off on Monday evening. A face-off that sent temperatures soaring higher than ever during the 4-month standoff and ignited a ferocious war of words. But what really happened on Monday night? As always, India Today will break it down for you factually. But before that, the dramatic sequence of events that brought the face-off to light. It began close to midnight last night when Chinese state-run media flashed news claiming that the Indian Army had crossed the line of actual control near the Pangong South Bank. Quoting a statement from the Chinese Army's Western Theatre Command, the news flash went on to say that the Indian Army had opened fire, prompting some unspecified countermeasures from the Chinese side. While China has made major claims, what are the facts on the ground? Remember how we told you about India's dominant positions taken at South Pangong on August 29th? Well, the Indian Army has taken many more strategic positions along the LAC. Monday night's action took place between Gurung Hill and Rizangla, somewhere in this area. At about 6 p.m. on Monday, a Chinese patrol came very close to one of the Indian positions at the heights in this area. Given the Indian Army's huge visual advantage in this area, the approaching Chinese were spotted and megaphones and floodlights were used to dissuade them. In response, Chinese troops fired warning shots in the air with assault rifles and light machine guns. The Indian Army says it dissuaded the Chinese aggression, but has not specified what methods were used. This could possibly mean more aggressive megaphone messages or more focused floodlights on the troops' movements and their backup support. Rebuffed in their latest attempt to dislodge the Indian positions, the Chinese returned to the area with a sizable number of armoured vehicles, just as they'd done on August 31st. Expecting this, the Indian Army's T-90 tank regiment, just a few kilometers away, was ready for any escalation. Those are the facts on the ground. Several hours after the Chinese Army's inflammatory claims on Indian action, the Indian Army issued a statement categorically denying that it had indulged in any aggressive actions, including firing, and going on to say that it was the Chinese army that attempted to provoke and was dissuaded by the Indian side. The nature of this dissuasion has been left deliberately vague as the war of words escalates. As claims and counterclaims continue, two things are certain. One, the Indian Army's first move initiative is on full display once again. And two, the Indian Army has learned to use the Chinese playbook against the Chinese. With Manjeet Negi and Shiv Arur in Delhi, Bureau Report for India Today.
Fireworks being reported in that conversation between the two brigade commanders on a hotline. Shiv Arur joins us with exclusive details on what happened during the brigadier level talks. Shiv, unexpected lines, very, very heated exchanges between the Indian and Chinese brigade commander. What can you tell us about what you're picking up from your sources and the current situation along the ground?
Rahul, this was not a personal meeting like you rightly pointed out. This was a hotline conversation between the two, and we're picking up information that this was a fairly heated exchange, very representative of the deterioration in the situation in that particular area near Rizangla, where there continues to be an eyeball-to-eyeball situation between troops. The emergence of a photograph of troops, who had approached that area and created some semi-permanent defenses there. Was also a topic of conversation. The Indian side, the Indian brigadier and his side did raise the issue of the weapons, that these Chinese troops were deployed with, which has the images that have gone completely viral today. And the Chinese side apparently said that this is a cultural issue. There are some martial cultural issues at play here, and this has nothing to do with border protocol, and that it was the Indian side which had fired first during that exchange last evening. So
Shiv, I want to show our viewers these first satellite pictures accessed by India Today